feel a little weird saying this, but Vauxhall might actually be on a roll. First they gave us the Mocha, which went from a sideshow to a supermodel all in one generation, and now there's this, the new Vauxhall Astra. A car that's never looked this good in its 8th generation and 40 years of life. I mean, just look at it. But of course, that's my opinion. I'd like to know what you guys think of this new shiny Astra in the comments. And hang on, if this is your first time in the Electrifying community, please do subscribe, smash the like button and share at the end as well if you've liked this video. And don't forget that bell notification, because that's the only way you know every time there's a new video up on our channel. Now, it's not hard to give an Astra a bit of a glow up. This sharp new style just brings this hatchback bang up to date. The front gets something Vauxhall calls visor treatment. It houses all the sensors needed for driver assistance system, and it keeps everything neat under the beak. And because the LED headlights are in there as well, it makes it look clean and wider than it actually is. In profile, it's got this nice kick in the side, which is reflected back to this 3/4 shark fin thing on the back windows. And it looks especially cool if you get this two-tone treatment that makes the roof look like it's floating. And then you're at the back with more efficient LED lights, again stretched out to the edges of the car, so it makes it appear a bit wider. And I also love the Astra logo. It's bold and it shows that they're very proud of this design. You know what word comes to mind? Crisp. It's clean, uncluttered, and this is by far the best looking Astra I've ever seen to date. The interior is more of the same because it feels like Vauxhall have decided to have a bit of a clear out and keep things simple. Just take a look at some of the shapes. It looks angular but not silly, and the seats looks designed and not just bolted in, but obviously they are bolted in, and they are certified by a German campaign for healthy backs to make sure that things are working and are in good conditions, and I approve of that message. The pure panel display we've seen in the Mocha makes an appearance here, and it's basically two 10-inch displays stitched together to make one wide infotainment display. And this side being the touchscreen display for all the entertainment, and this side shows me all the information that I need as a driver, and there's also a heads-up display. This is quite driver focused as well, so it's easy for me to reach and operate the system, although you shouldn't do that while you're driving. You also get plenty of USB-C ports, both at the front and at the back for the passengers. And if you have a Qi wireless charging compatible device, you can also place that here to wirelessly charge your phone. And you've also got plenty of spaces here, like, you know, to put all your bits and bobs. One thing I also like is there's a dedicated button here for the driver to control the head-up display settings. So now you don't have to go into the infotainment to configure it. There's all the usual stuff like phone mirroring and Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, but also the option of a whole load of assistance you find on much bigger and more expensive cars. You want tech? As well as the windscreen mounted camera, the Astra can be had with 4 cameras, 5 radar modules and 2 ultrasonic sensors. That means you can have a thing called IntelliDrive, which gives you adaptive cruise control that can stop and go, and auto speed in corners, lane keep and semi-automatic lane changes, that sort of stuff. And it doesn't stop there. There's an IntelliHUD head-up display, IntelliVision 360-degree cameras, and IntelliLux pixel LED lighting, which says to me that Vauxhall really likes bolting the word Intelli in front of pretty much everything. And yes, we get a decent rear space as well, thanks to that marginally longer wheelbase compared to before, and we got proper boot space as well at 422 litres. It's all pretty decent, huh? But there's more. And it's more relevant to electrifying.com because as well as being offered with a petrol or diesel engine, this generation of Astra will also come with a plug-in powertrain at launch. So we'll get 222 brake horsepower system, which consists of a 1.6 litre engine and an electric motor bolted onto that 8-speed gearbox and a 13.2 kilowatt-hour battery, offering over 30 miles of pure electric running. And even though all the power drives through the front wheel, it should still make this a quick and efficient little thing. Even better, a pure electric version set to arrive in 18 months' time, likely to use the same kit as what we've seen in the Mocha E. So we're talking 50 kilowatt-hour of battery, 134 brake horsepower, and a couple of hundred miles in terms of range on the WLTP cycle. That powertrain worked well for the Mocha E, so it should be really spot on for the Astra. There's also a Sport Tourer version on the way next year, which is basically a fancy way of saying small estate. And if that gets the battery treatment, then it could be a very attractive electric car for people that need to carry stuff. And it will be a hell of a lot better looking than the MG5. And that's all in preparation for Vauxhall going fully electric by 2028, which isn't that far away. So we have the best looking Vauxhall Astra ever. It's got lots of interesting technology, and the pure electric version is also on the way. For now, we've got a plug, we've got an engine, and it bodes well for the future. It got me thinking, if the Astra looks this good, then everybody else is going to have to step up their game. As ever, if you want to know more about electrified cars, then please log on to electrifying.com, where we've got tons of articles and explainers on everything from charging to tax, and it's all explained in a way that makes sense. Promise.